What's up, studs? Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Wild times in the market. The market went from, just being a very heavy to just a full-blown runaway brigade. Just like we were talking on the blog yesterday, the market is in a hidden bull market. If you just look at the indices, you would say we're just stuck in range, and we are. In large cap tech, we are stuck in range. If you're just sitting there twiddling your balls at NVIDIA and Palantir and Tesla all day, then you would feel like the market stinks. But if you are into the fun stuff, right, the glory stocks, right, the turd of the turds, then you're having a lot of fun. So let's dig into the market indexes and then the watch list for tomorrow. But there's some heat out there, man. We added this one in the morning and RKLB, and I mean it was like, dude, an endless snatch parade of glory in the markets currently. And so what's that telling us? The spec stocks are going kind of like what was hot in basically September, October. That's what kind of revived itself in the last few days. And so we'll dig into that. So on the main indices, I mean, not much. Like we're just in a kind of little Wedgie McGee or something. But once again, I'm not even putting any of these type of stocks on my watch list. I think today was probably the first time, and I can't even count how many months to maybe even years where I took like zero trades in any of the bigger stocks. Even when I'm trading more speculative names, I'll still take cash flow type of trades in like Palantir or Tesla or NVIDIA, but there was no point, right? There was just too much action everywhere else. So let's dig into the watch list and just figure out what's going on. So the IWM did have a decent day at 1.5%, hence a lot of the spec stocks going. And you really felt it. Like, if you had a good watch list, everything from like that September, October period was going, right? You're talking your OKLOs, your nuclears, your quantum, space stocks, right? So like, all of the kind of fun stuff was going today. So I think we want to kind of keep playing this. I think, OKLO's held at the 200-day moving average. We can keep playing this till maybe about 100. Even something like an ABAT, which is a nasty little company. But this thing was 10, 12 bucks. Got down to 3. Like, you're clearing out some ranges here now. Let's give some of these speckies a little bit of just love, man. They need love too, man. Everybody needs a little love, right? Big girls need some love too, man. This thing looking pretty good. I'm adding all these kind of names, like things that were like up high and then got low. Real scientific, right? But I'm trying to find things that are not too crazy extended either. I think this TMQ's got a nice level to trade around. This is kind of where we want to be, on some of these names. UAME, right? You got yourself a nice kind of like W bottom here. And you're starting to take out this range right here. It is up 2 days in a row. So look, the thing with this, if anything is up 2 to 3 days in a row, right now, I'm talking about for tomorrow, and it gaps up tomorrow, then I'm not taking it. If it's up 2 days in a row and it opens weak or flat, I'll do it, right? But like, for example, if this gaps up to here, then it'll be outside the upper Bollinger Band. Like, that's not really a good spot for me to long. So just something, a little caveat of how you kind of win your day trading. CRML, same theory as UAME and some of these other ones, right? You got a range break sitting up here. Once again, if it gaps up big, I'm not taking it. But if it has a weak open, I'm into that, right? RDW finally took out range today. Now it's at the 200-day moving average. If it can hold over the 200, I still want to keep playing this. 30 million shares in volume. Even though it's up 12%, like it's not extended, like, right? This thing came down a long way. Space is a thing. That's really what's going down, right? Lunar UU, this one I'm really interested in, right? This is like a nice rounding bottom here. This thing is 27 bucks, right? You got this thing, and it's a play on two things, right? On the nuclear, right, with the uranium kind of stuff, and then also it's a rare earth play too, or considered one. So you got yourself, right, like a little nice hockey stick. All you northerners probably love this stock. Right? You got yourself a nice little remount of this level. Once again, this is up to 3 days in a row. So if it gaps up tomorrow, no go, right? Only if it opens weak, then I'm interested in it. CCL is ready to go. It's been holding at this 9 EMA, test at this kind of 32. I think we got a breakout setting up here. Good liquidity on it. It's a little bit of a grinder, but I like the overall look. This Dachshund looks really nice, you know. This is the spot if you look at more like the weekly. We're right there. So this is a weekly chart, and this is a swing trade setup. It's not a day trade setup. It's a swing trade setup. It hasn't broke just yet, but if it does, then, you know, I'll probably put a stop under the 9 EMA on the weekly chart and see if I can get something good. So more of something you kind of stick in, right, a longer-term account or an IRA, you know, not necessarily your day trading account. UPST, I'm very interested in this. It just started its move today. A firm also broke 10 million shares in volume. Dead bottom here for the most part, right? You know, in terms of the last pivot, I should say, right? So it's not extended. First day of the big move, like this is right up our alley. Let's keep an eye on this one. Hey, Figure, you know, 11 million shares in volume, broke out today, you know, in multiple spots. It took out its wedge, then it took out its all-time high. So it's an IPO breakout. Dude, we got to add this to the watch list. Whether we trade it tomorrow or not, you know, tomorrow or not, at some point this week, we're getting an awesome trade on this. Hopefully we get a week open on this or even a flat open. If it gaps up big, we may have to give it a day or two because it was up a lot in the 9 EMAs, about $8 away, but still beautiful. Watch for the next move on RKLB, the same type of deal. You know, the dips are getting bought on this, like any type of weakness or breakout over 80. I'm interested in this. Affirm, this goes with the UPST, right? You got a big range break right here. Once again, this is another one that just started its move, right? You're not on like day 3 or day 4, right? You're just on a nice little doohickey over here. So love the overall look of this. Boom. General Motors, more of a swing setup. And then ASTS, you know, it'd be ideal if it got one inside day here and then broke out. But you're right there. I mean, however you want to draw these lines does not matter. My only issue on this one is that the pattern itself is a little bit loose. We had a full-blown reversal yesterday. It spiked down and then reversed off its MAs, and it looks great. But it is a loosey-goosey right now. It could use just a slight bit of marination on the hibachi grill to get this thing going. Reddit pass, Solar's pass, SNDK pass, Tesla pass. So that's where I want to go. I want to go right, like nuclear. I want to go some uranium, some metals, right? Some rare earths, this kind of thing. Batteries, like really like anything you can think of. Right, that is just like a little bit more specky. You know, even something like a BMNR could work, right? If Ethereum can keep going. So that's the list I'm sticking to. It, guys, don't spend too much time, you know, banging your balls against, you know, some of the old and tired names. Like, you don't need to be staring at Microsoft right now. There's a time and place for that, and it ain't now. I love you guys. Peace.